Good morning, it's MaryEllen from the channel MaryEllen After 60. And I think it was in my March 23rd video, in the description bar I said something about anybody that had future questions, had questions for future, I call them my A's for my Q's, videos, to go ahead and submit a question. Well, I just printed up the questions, so they're all fresh to me, and as I go through them, I know, if I remember correctly, there were several that had to do with travel, so I will do that in a different video. But I'm going to go ahead and get started, and if anyone has a channel, I'm going to link them below. There's a real good chance I watch these people that have asked questions. Okay, my first question is, what kind of books do you read, and do you read real books or ebooks? I like hardback books. I don't like paperback books at all. I do have some books on my computer through Kindle. Because of my ADHD, it is a challenge to read. I am smart, but I learn differently than most people do. It takes 100% concentration for me to read, and that I can't have any outside stimuli. I can't have even the television on in another room. I get distracted very easily. I usually read factual books. I usually read books that are uplifting, books that are positive. I stay away from the tearjerkers. That's what I do. Carol from Uplifting Home, she has a channel just like Junebug1029, and she said, do you have trouble planning in what order to do things? Oh yes. If it wasn't for lists, I would never get anything done. I have a yearly planner that is month by month. I have an Erin Condren planner. Everything that I want to get accomplished, I have to write in or it doesn't get done. And then I have my sticky notes for today. I get distracted very, very easily. It's almost like good therapy for me to do videos because I do have to keep my mind focused. So yes, I have trouble planning, but not on YouTube videos. I have not had any trouble planning what I want to talk about because there's still so many things I do want to talk about. Susie Clancy, and Susie has a channel. Are you a night person or a morning person? Do I nap? And oh, what is the name of that lippy you love so much? Well, first of all, on the lippy, in my favorites that I did, the collaboration with Michelle and Olivia, there's two lipsticks I think that might be what you're talking about. And I think they're both It Vitality lip gloss stains. I am definitely a morning person. Sometimes, now you guys I get up early. Sometimes I may get up at 2 or 3 in the morning, and I go to bed a lot of times by 7, and I relax. That's the only time I watch television. Turn my computer off, usually around 5. Oh, sometimes I go to bed later, but if I could have my druthers, I would go be asleep by 8 and up by 2. And I never take naps. And when I say never take naps, since 1991, I can think of 4 naps that I took. And I can't nap. My parents both took naps. Every day my dad would take a 15-minute nap at lunch, and my mother did it at 1 o'clock. She napped. So, but if I go to sleep, I'm asleep, and I sleep for hours, just like I do when I go to bed. I go to bed, I go to sleep, I don't wake up till the morning. Okay, Michelle, Kansas City Girl 1969. Who cooks most of the meals in your household, and what is your favorite dish on which you love to splurge? We are about 50-50 on cooking meals, and, well, we're about a third. Cooking meals and eating out, and Jim cooks a third of the time, I cook a third of the time, and that's probably what it averages. And on favorite, what I would splurge on and not take into, if I could eat all the carbs I wanted to and still feel good, I would have some sort of a seafood pasta with a lot of rich, like half and half heavy cream cheeses. I like a little bit of I do like a lot of spicy. I like savory foods more than I do sweets. So that's what I'd splurge on. When I'm hungry for something like that, I will substitute cabbage for pasta, and I just slice my cabbage thin and I saute it in olive oil and some salt and pepper and garlic, and I use that a lot for pasta. Laura from Shake Up Makeup, she also has a channel. She wanted to know what motivated me to become a nurse. This might sound strange, But one time, one of our judges in town, he had become elderly, and I was walking past his door, and I heard a nurse say, "Well, hi Fred, how are you doing?" And I had known him all my life. It sounds stupid to say, but it just really upset me because he was always Judge so-and-so, or a lot of the older patients that I had known, they were always Miss so-and-so or Mr. so-and-so or Mrs. so-and-so. And I thought, I don't know, it just kind of rang a bell. And she was a very, very good nurse. I just want people to keep their dignity as long as they can. And I just have always cared about people. And I believe that's what motivated me to become a nurse. Melinda Euler, she is a subscriber of mine. She has a question: do I like to sew or be creative with needle and thread? I have sewn since I have been in probably 3 years old. Mom said I just would want a needle and thread, and I'd take Dad's old shirts and she taught me how to sew just with the needle and thread. And I will link a video where I show a couple of the things I've done, and I love to be creative. And I'll link a couple, I'll just put my creative videos. WEIMS with wisdom. If it's German, it would be a V. It's Wims with wisdom. I'm not sure. Are you a dog lover? I am an absolute dog lover, but I do not have one. The last pet I had, my heart was so broken when I lost my dog that my sister has a little dog that I get to see people. My son has dogs, my daughter has dogs, so yeah, I love dogs. Deborah Brown said her daughter has been a labor and delivery nurse for 8 years and recently got her MBA, which is quite impressive, in administration. But she's having trouble getting jobs, and because they want experience. And what advice would I give her? The advice I would give her is I would apply to be an assistant in any area, whether it be an assistant director of nursing, whether it would be an assistant in infection control. I don't know how large the hospital is, but you've got to get your foot in the door to climb the ladder. You really do. So I would just make small steps and go from there. Laura Boyer wanted to know, how did you and Jim meet? And Marnie Causey, and Marnie has a channel, asked the same question. And I am going to link a video below, and I'll just put how Jim and I met. And if anybody can it was an accidental meeting online. And I wasn't looking for anybody, believe me. So I will link that below, and you'll get the whole story. Nicole asked if I had pets, and I answered that. So this will be my part 2 of A's for My Q's in 2016, and I will do the rest at a later time. I will link below the makeup I have on today. I had done a get ready with me, and I still have the makeup on that I had on. I just had to change my shirt because when I put it in anyway, believe me, if I make a video on the same day, I have to change my shirt or I make a mess in editing. Even if I make a mess at editing, it is all good. And I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you very much.